योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्ताम् सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यां च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान्नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्. Shloka 85 in Vishnu Sahasranama is Udbhava Sundara Sundo Ratnanabha Sulochanaha Argo Vajasana Shringi Jayanta Sarva Vijay. There are 10 namas in this shloka and they are Udbhavaha, Sundaraha, Sundaha, Ratnanabaha, Sulochanaha, Arkaha, Vajasanaha, Shringi, Jayantaha, Sarva Vijay. So these are the 10 namas in this shloka. And the first nama, Udbhavaha, is. Udbhava means origination, that is origin. Bhagavan Vishnu, he is the source or the origin of this entire creation. Everything originated from him. So it is from him that everything originated. So he is called Udbhavaha. That is one interpretation. Another interpretation is he takes different avatars like Sri Rama, Parashurama, Sri Krishna, and many avatars to help the devotees and to help the Mahi, that is the earth. So at that time he takes avatar and so he is called Udbhavaha. The only difference between ourselves taking birth and Bhagavan taking birth is we take birth because of our prarabdha karmas, of our karmas. But Bhagavan takes birth by his own violation. So he is Udbhavaha. And the next nama is Sundaraha. Sundara means beautiful. Bhagavan has a very attractive and beautiful form. And his beauty is not subject to time because it is the beauty of any person, any form based on its mental state. That's why the children, they look so beautiful. When they grow up, because of their mental state, confusion, worries, grief, their form itself will change. So Bhagavan always, he has that pleasant, peaceful mind, that calm state of mind. So his beauty never changes. And he has an unparalleled beauty. So that is Sundaraha. Sundaha means Bhagavan is passion. His passion towards everyone. He is compassionate towards everyone. He is passionate that by worshipping him, our papas are dissolved. And that's why in chapter 18, shloka 66 of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan will say, Sarva dharman parityajya Mamekam sharanam vraja aham sarva bhabebhyo mokshayishyami masuchah. I will relieve you from all your papas. Surrender to me alone, leaving all your dharmas, everything, just worship me, surrender to me. I will look after you. Masuchah, do not grieve, Bhagavan will say. So he is so passionate that by worshipping him, all our papas are removed or dissolved. The next nama is, fourth nama is Ratna Nabha. Ratna means gem, Nabha means Nabhi, means the navel. Bhagavan's navel is just like attractive, beautiful like a gem because that navel is the place of creation. We might have seen that a lotus flower coming from the Nabi of Bhagavan and Brahma, Lord Brahma is sitting on it. So that indicates the creation. So the navel of Bhagavan is the creation. It is the place for creation and so it is so attractive and precious like a gem. The next nama is Sulochanaha. This is also a very familiar nama. Sulochana means one who has very beautiful eyes. Again, the state of the mind is reflected in the eyes. From the eyes, we can very easily find whether what the state of the mental state of that any person. So Bhagavan's eyes are very beautiful, calm, lustrous. It reflects intelligence. So he is called Sulochanaha, one who has very beautiful, attractive eyes. The next nama is Arkaha. Arka means one who is worthy of being worshipped. Bhagavan Vishnu is worshipped even by Lord Brahma and all the devas. So he is one who is worthy of being worshipped is Arkaha. We all worship him because we all get peace of mind by worshipping him. The next seventh nama is Vajasanaha. Vaja means the food, Anah means giver. Bhagavan Vishnu, he is the ultimate giver of food for all of us. He is the giver of food for all of us. But some people and some beings receive it and some do not receive it. That's because of their obstacles. That is because of their prarabdha karma. But he provides food for all the beings in this creation. So he is called Vajasanaha. And the next nama is Shringi. Shringa means horn. Shringi means one who has horn. In the Matsya Avatara and in the Varaha Avatara, Bhagavan had horns. In the Matsya Avatara, he appeared in the form of a golden color fish and he had one horn, and to that only the earth in the form of boat is tied to it, and he rescued all the people who climbed on that boat and he rescued them on the water of deluge. He took them to safety. So that's the Matsya Avatara. And in the Varaha Avatara, he had two horns, and with that only he lifted the earth from the water of deluge or from the Rasatala. So that is, in these two avatars, he had horns, and so he is called Shringi. In this context, it is this meaning. Jayantaha means he is the ultimate conqueror. He conquers the enemies, both internal and external. He is not disturbed by in any way. By the external enemies or the Asuras, very easily he destroys them. And for all of us, the internal enemy is our mental state, our raga, dvesha, everything. Bhagavan doesn't have all that, so he is not disturbed by anything. He is always a conqueror, the ultimate conqueror. Jayantaha. Sarva Vijayi means it can be split as Sarvavit Jayi. Sarvavit means one who is the all-knower. Bhagavan Vishnu, he has both the para vidya and apara vidya. He knows the Vedas. He knows everything. He is the all-knower. And Jayi means he is the all-conqueror. So Bhagavan Vishnu, he is the all-knower and all-conqueror. So that is the meaning of this nama, and the meaning of this shloka itself is, he is the origin of everything. He is very beautiful, compassionate. His navel is like an attractive gem because it is the place of creation. He has very beautiful eyes. He is worshipped by all. He provides food for all, and he possesses horns in some of his avatars. He is the all-knower and all-conqueror. So that is this shloka 85 of Vishnu Sahasranama. And the next shloka 86 of Vishnu Sahasranama is Suvarna Bindhu Rakshobhyah Sarva Bhageshwareshwarah Mahakrudo Mahagarto Mahabhudo Mahanidhi. There are 7 namas in this shloka, and they are Suvarna Bindhu Akshobhyah Sarva Bhageshwareshwarah Mahahrudah Mahagardha Mahabhudah Mahanidhi. The first nama, Suvarna Bindu, is Suvarna means gold. Bindu means actually it is a dot or a spot like that. But here in this context, it means the limbs or the body parts of Bhagavan. The body parts of Bhagavan are like gold, shining and so lustrous because his form itself is of golden color. So each of his limbs are golden in color and in that nature, which implies that With his limbs, he blesses everyone. It is the place of blessing for all of us. So that is Suvarna Bindu, one who is shining like gold. One he has the body parts shining like a gold. And then this Nama, that is the Suvarna Bindu, is the 800th Nama in Vishnu Sahasranama. Acharya Bhishma has described Bhagavan with 800 different namas. So the Suvarna Bindu is the 800th nama. The next nama, Akshobhyaha. Kshobhyaha means disturbed or agitated. Akshobhyaha means Bhagavan Vishnu, he never gets agitated or shaken or disturbed by anything because he knows the nature of this creation. He do not have any raga or dvesha, any internal or external obstacles. So he is Akshobhyaha. Why do we get agitated and get angry when we cannot proceed in the way we like? Then we get agitated, but it is not the same with Bhagavan Vishnu. He has no obstacles. So he never gets agitated or disturbed in any way. The next nama is a very interesting nama. Sarva Vageshwareshwaraha. Sarva means all and Vak means the word or the sound. So Sarva Vak means all word or all sound. Ishvara means Lord. There are many masters of words or of sound like Devi Saraswati, Hanumanji, Lord Brahma, Brihaspati. They are all said as the masters of word, the power of word. Bhagavan Vishnu, he is the Ishvara of the masters of the word. That is Sarva Vageshwareshwaraha. He is the Lord of all these masters of words. That is one interpretation. The primordial sound is Omkara, that is the Pranama mantra Om. This Om, it separates or splits into different sounds and by that joining different sounds, we make words, and words, combining words, we make a sentence. So the primordial sound is Omkara. It is from that sound all the other sounds have originated. The origin of this Omkara itself is Bhagavan Vishnu. So he is Sarva Vageshwareshwaraha. So that's the meaning of this word. And the next nama is Mahakradaha. Krada means great lake, and it also means ocean. So the great jnanis, they dive in this ocean, Bhagavan Vishnu, and they get that bliss. During meditation, they dive in this ocean of Bhagavan, with this ocean that is Bhagavan Vishnu, and they are in that clear state or remain in bliss. The yogis plunge in the lake that is Bhagavan and they remain in bliss and peace. Hence, he is called Mahakradaha. And Bhagavan Vishnu, he gives great solace for the people, his bhaktas. Once when we do this, we feel like doing it again and again. And the next nama is Gartaha. Garta means it is a deep hole or a deep pit. Mahagartaha means Bhagavan Vishnu's Maya. That is, his Maya is very difficult to cross over. No one can understand it. So when we fall in it, just like we are falling in a great pit. So that is Mahagartaha. It also means that chariot. That is, Garda means a chariot. So Bhagavan Vishnu, he is a great charioteer and he displayed his power in the Kurukshetra war. So he is Mahagartaha. And the next nama is Mahabhutaha. Bhuta means beings. So Bhagavan Vishnu, he is not limited by the three periods of time, past, present or future. He is a great being and he is omnipresent, present in all times, and that is one meaning. And another meaning is the Panchabhutas who originate from him. He is the source of the Panchabhutas, and so also he is called Mahabhuta. And the last nama of this shloka is Mahanidhi. All beings reside in him. He is the Nidhi of all the beings. So he is Mahanidhi. Nidhi means treasure. And Bhagavan Vishnu, he is the treasure for his bhaktas. Whatever they desire or whatever are his needs, they are all satisfied by him. So he is a great Nidhi, Mahanidhi. He protects his bhaktas, and so also he is called Mahanidhi. He protects all the beings in one way or other. He protects all of us, and so he is called Mahanidhi. So the complete meaning of this shloka is Bhagavan Vishnu, he has the golden lustrous complexion. He is not perturbed by any disturbances. He is the Lord of the masters of speech or words. The yogis, they think that he is the great lake and they plunge in him and they get bliss, they experience bliss. His Maya is difficult to cross over. It is from him the Buddhas originate, and he is the treasure, great treasure of his devotees. So that is the meaning of this shloka, shloka 86 in Vishnu Sahasranama. I will continue with the rest of the shlokas in Vishnu Sahasranama in my next upload. Kayena vacha manasyendriyairva बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि। ओम तत्सत्।